Okay, the video today that I'm going to make will help you on the retake today, and it will also help you on the test for Friday because it's all related. So don't blow it off for one way or the other. I'm kind of focusing it on the retake tonight because I know most of you are taking the retake. But if you're not taking the retake, this is still stuff that's going to be on the test on Friday. So you got to pay attention. You have to do this. One thing you're going to have to do is create your own equation from a story problem. I shrank this story down into just a few bullet points. The first one being, this is your business. Let's say you have a business. You're going to need to know y equals mx plus b. Everybody asks, when am I going to use this in real life? Y equals mx plus b is used in business all the time. So here's your stats. You've got $40 in the bank, so you've already got a little bit of money, and you're going to make $8 per sale, whatever you're selling here in your business. You have to create an equation that says how much money you're going to have depending on how many sales you make. So total money, how much total money are you going to have depending on how many sales you make? And y is equal to the total. Y represents the total. So it's always y by itself. The total is equal to this formula right here. So y is the total. B is called the constant. It's also called the y-intercept. It's the number that's not going to change. Okay, you've got a 50-50 chance here, and I think it's easiest to focus on the number that's not going to change. Is it going to be the 40 or is it going to be the 8? Meaning, what are you doing here? You're selling stuff. So how much are you selling stuff for? $8 or $40? Which one is going to be the amount of money that's coming in? It's going to be the $8 per sale. You're starting with $40 in the bank. That's not going away. That $40 in the bank is there. It's the $8 per sale that is the rate of change, the slope. You're rising $8 in the bank for every one sale. So if you make 2 sales, you rose $16 for 2 sales. Rise over run. 16 over 2, which reduces to 8. So you got to look for the number that is reoccurring. Remember on the very first lesson, I think it was a carnival, and I said it was like $5 to get in plus $2 per ride. The $5 to get in is the one that you're only paying once. The $2 per ride is the one that you keep paying. Every time you ride a ride, it's another $2. So here, the $40 in the bank, you're not getting another $40 every time you make a sale. You're getting $8 every time you make a sale, and the making sales is the one that's happening over and over again, just like riding rides in the carnival is happening over and over again. So y is going to be equal to something times x plus 40. The 40 is the one that's not going away. The x represents how many sales you have, and it's $8 per sale. So this would be the equation there. So when you see a problem like this on a test where you have to create your own equation, and you have 2 numbers, one of them's m and one of them's b, you got a 50-50 chance here. All right, so you just have to decide which is the one that's reoccurring. That's m. That's the one that goes with x. Which is the one that's just there by itself. It's not going to change. That's b. All right, that's going to be on both tests, the retake and the one on Friday, creating an equation. Another thing that's going to be on both is trying to match up a graph with an equation. So I gave you basically a sample problem here. This is the equation, negative 2/3 x plus 3, and it matches one of these 4 graphs. You really have to eliminate wrong answers. The easiest way to do that is to look at the b, the number that's by itself, in this case 3. Negative 2/3 is with the x. 3 is the one that's by itself. That's where the line crosses the y-axis. It's a positive 3, so it's going to cross at 3 spaces above the origin. So which one of these does not cross at 3 spaces above the origin? This one. This crosses 2 spaces above the origin. So you can eliminate this answer. Now you've got it narrowed down to 3. Now you look at your slope. Is it positive or negative? That tells you if the line is going up or if it's going down. And when I say up or down, I mean from left to right, pointing to the right. Is it pointing up or is it pointing down? Well, it should be pointing down because it's a negative slope. So we can eliminate any of the lines that are pointing up to the right. That's this one. That would be a positive slope. That line is pointing up to the right. This one's pointing down to the right. That one's pointing down to the right. So these two satisfy the most basic, basic things that need to happen here. Crossing at 3 above the origin, and the line is going down. So sometimes you'll get lucky and it'll eliminate 3 of them, and you'll just have your answer. You won't even have to worry about the fraction 2/3, but here you do have to worry about the fraction 2/3 to narrow it down between these two. This is your rise over run. This is saying since it's negative, we're going down, so we're going down 2 spaces and over 3 to get from one point to the next. So how do you get from this point to here? You go down 1, 2, 3 spaces and over 2. On this one, how do you get from that point to here? You're not going all the way down to the origin. This point is 1 space above the origin. So you're only going down 2 spaces, and now you're going over 3. So that's 2 and 3. So that's 2/3. It's going down, so it's negative. This is 3/2, it's going down, so it's negative. Negative 2/3 is the one we want. This was the correct answer, D in that one. That's how you got to do these problems. You can't just race through these and guess on them. You have to eliminate the wrong answers by looking at the y-intercept first. That'll eliminate some of the most easiest right there. Look, everybody knows how to count up or down that many spaces, and that's where the lines got to cross. Everybody can do that. So that eliminated one, and then plus or minus, that's a pretty easy one too. Everybody can tell if the line's going up or if it's going down to the right. So we eliminated these two pretty easily. So even if you still don't get rise over run, you at least have a 50-50 chance here. All right, and I think you guys are starting to get that. Rise over run, rate of change. 2 over 3, rising, in this case down, so you're sinking 2 and you're going over 3. Down 2 over 3. This was down 3 over 2. I think you guys are going to do much better this time.